Well, happy Thursday evening to you. I'm Jim Hurdle, and this is the Last Storyteller podcast. I hope your evening is going as nicely as mine. I spoiled myself tonight. I went up to Olive Garden and I picked up a plate of lasagna to go. Brought it home, sat down at the table with that and a nice glass of Merlot, and enjoyed the ending of a really long and hot day here in South Texas. I made one mistake though. I left my cell phone in my pocket, and I was sitting at the table and I felt it there and I took it out. And something that I try never to do is to have a cell phone at the table with me. But it was there, so I opened up the news section and I started scrolling through news articles that I've neglected over the last couple of weeks just because of a really busy schedule. And I ran across two articles on libraries. Well, the word library caught my attention. Unfortunately, the articles were not cast in a good light. They weren't really about the library. They were about the Library Association and about how the world of politics has been able to take its tentacles and wrap it around even something as great as a library. Libraries are an institution that decorate our land. They've been here for a long time, and I hope that they will be here forever. See, a library is a place that you can go and sit down, and they'll let you sit there and pick up a book, and you can read that book right there. And that book will take you to lands far, far away, or you'll meet characters, a type of characters that, well, you would never meet in this lifetime. Or maybe as a mom or a dad, you took your child or will take your child to the library, holding their hand as they walk through looking at these books and then seeing the smile on their face when they check out their first library book. Or maybe on a Saturday, you sit there surrounded by your children or grandchildren, nieces and nephews, and you read them stories by A.A. Milne and about a bear named Pooh, or Dr. Seuss and a cat in a hat. Libraries are wonderful places to be, and to read articles that were not wonderful articles sort of made my lasagna not settle very well. Well, I finished the lasagna and a second glass of Merlot, and I got up and I walked over to my bookshelf, and there I pulled out, The Voiceless Quill. It's a collection of poetry that I wrote a few years ago, and I knew inside The Voiceless Quill was a poem, a short poem, that I had written about a library. And I wanted to share that with you tonight. It is a short poem. Matter of fact, I probably talked longer than what the poem is now. It's called Scorched Magnolia. Once upon a time, I wandered down a cobblestone path lined with magnolia trees and hummingbird bushes, warmed by the tilt of the morning sun. I gazed upon your opulence, hobbling my steps in all of grandeur preserved for kings and queens of make-believe lands. By youthful strides I drift above the stepping stones, pulse pounding, mind spinning like a toy flung by childish hands across varnished planks of golden oak. A boy on a quest to feel your embrace, to discover your layers, to inhale your fragrance, to savor your wisdom, to hear your whispers. You took me in as no one before or since, snubbing youthful gawkiness and blemished rind. You shared my enjoyment of fresh encounters, my delights of pleasant discoveries. You embraced my youth, endured my endless queries. You nourished my character as I grew from boy to man. Decades have fallen. Decades since I last traveled the path of boyhood charms. My heart aches now as I return for the last time. Nights ago, a screen filled with fires burning, hollow faces, weeping, people running, rioters rioting, injustice for justice, innocence torched. Once upon a time, I traveled a cobblestone path, lined with magnolia trees, scorched charcoal gray. Withered leaves of hummingbird bushes blanket the scalded ground. I gaze upon your remnants. Walls tumble upon walls, heavy stones marked by unrest. I come to the end of the cobblestone path. All that remains of you dangles above my head, shimmering beneath the morning sun, held by indestructible rods of iron. The sign read, Magnolia Public Library. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and you can read that one and many other poems in the Voiceless Quill. Get that on Amazon or at Barnes and Noble bookstores. Hope you have a great evening. And listen, Saturday, take a minute. Drive or walk to your library. Go in and discover the land and the characters that are inside those incredible walls. Have a good evening.